even though I'm not fought for the last 8 to 9 months, I have been spending a lot of time in the gym, working on my technique, my strength, and just fixing the mistakes I make. So it's not like I've been sat at home doing nothing. I've been definitely spending a lot of time in the gym. Now with this fight, it's a massive fight for me, so I'm not gonna let it go easy. I'm not gonna let Canelo take full control. I'm gonna grab this fight with both hands because I really believe I can win this fight. That's the reason I'm taking it. If I didn't think I was gonna win this fight, I would not take it because it'd be too dangerous for me. But I know I can win this fight. That's why I'm taking it. And my team, Al Heyman, and Team Watson, they've been beside me. And when I spoke to them, I said to Al, this is the fight I want. I spoke to Oscar, and Oscar called me. I said, this is the fight I want. They said, if you want that fight and you feel really confident about it, let's go get it.
Fight night, even though it's at 155, more than likely Canelo will be over 160. Considering the last few fights for you have been at 147, it will be 2 divisions above what you're used to fighting. How do you think you're going to feel that night?
I think I'll feel good because my natural weight when I spar and I have my hard days in the gym is around probably 160. So I think, and me, when I fought against, like the last few fights I fought was, I think the fight against Alexander and Collazo was about 161. And the fight against Algier, which really I don't see as my best performance, and I felt a little bit weak in that fight. I was only 157 or 156. So I think, this may be perfect for me. I might be, you never know. I mean, naturally 155 might just suit me. Just that little bit of just those 8 pounds I'm putting on will help me keep that power, keep that strength, and not kill myself making this weight. So that might benefit me. So at the moment we just we just continuing training like normal. I'm not really focused on putting too much muscle on. I want to be the way I am. I want to just be natural in this fight. But what it allows me to do is eat healthy and eat good portions of food, because that gives me enough energy to go into the gym to work even harder. So instead of having them small portions, I can start having big plates and stuff like that of food, and I can enjoy my food this time.
You've said throughout this tour that you're not worried about his punching power. Why not?
I mean, if I was worried, I don't think I'd be taking this fight. If I was fighting someone like a heavyweight, like a Klitschko, someone big, then I'd be worried. I mean, look, I know this guy's. Look, if he is going to be, once we make the weight at 155, how much weight is he going to put on more? I mean, 10, 15, 20 pounds the most. If I put on like 6 pounds, he's going to put another 14 pounds more than me. I mean, it's fine. I think I'll be fine. I'll fight. I sparred and fought bigger guys, so I'll be fine. I mean, whatever he brings to the table with his power, I know I can deal with that.
Do you see any weaknesses in Canelo?
He's a very good fighter. He's a very respectable fighter, and he puts punches well together. He has decent speed. A lot of people say he's slow, but I don't think he's slow. I think he's just average. He has good speed. He's very powerful. Has a very good knockout percentage, and so yeah, he just has a lot of good things. And I'm expecting the best Canelo going into this fight, because if I wasn't, I'd be stupid. So this fight definitely excites me. Being the underdog, and it always makes a great story when an underdog comes out and wins. And I think this is one of them where the underdog is going to go into this big fight and win this fight.
Amir, congratulations, by the way. You finally got the big fight that you've been wanting to have for a very long time. Speaking of the press tour, let me know, how was it? Because for a lot of people it's stressful, for a lot of people it's a good experience that they like.
It's not too bad, obviously in the UK it's very similar, having these media tours and with all the media stuff, and so I've always been around stuff like this. So yeah, to be one of the popular fighters in the world, I think seeing all this is known. But it's just nice to be having my own big press conferences instead of watching them on television, like the likes of Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather, and this time it's my time. So I'm just enjoying this. I'm soaking all this in, and this is only gonna give me that confidence and that motivation to win this fight.
You get tired of going face to face with them? You went face to face with them like 15, 20 times, right?
A bit more than that, 50 times. 50 times, but I mean, look, it's fun.
You're looking at him though, like his size and everything.
Yeah, no, I've sized him up, and he's a big guy. He's big, he's thick, he's a strong guy, but the thing is now, we just have to do what we do best. He's not going to change, he's not going to change anymore. I mean, this is him now, the way I've seen him. I'm a little taller than him, I think I have a longer reach than him. But yeah, you know, he seems like a very nice guy. He's very respectful. I met him in the UK. We treat him with respect. I come to New York, and we here in Los Angeles, where his fan base have treated me with respect. And I think that's the cool thing about this fight, that both the fighters respect each other. You know, we just did an interview upstairs together. We know that it's a business, and in boxing, you know, we're going to be fighting each other come May 7th. But at the moment, we're promoting the fight, and we want to, you know, we want everyone to be tuned into this fight. And you know, once the gloves are on, and once we're in that ring, that's when, you know, we can probably hate each other if we wanted, or we just switch on, you know, and go in there and do what we do know, what we normally do. But I'm gonna let my fist do the talking. At the moment, everything's fine. We respect each other, but I think once the gloves are on, that's it, man.
Amir, you had options. Everyone's saying that you're crazy for taking this fight. More people are saying you have a lot of balls taking this fight, but you had a Garcia rematch that you could have taken, that you could have gotten a title there and avenged that loss. You had a very lucrative fight with Kell Brook in your home in England that you couldn't take. You could have taken. You would have been favorites in both those fights. So why go this way? Why not go to those other fights and then after those fights go to a Canelo?
You know, because this opportunity come, and it's such a massive opportunity, and I thought, you know, this opportunity comes once in a lifetime, and to pull off this upset and beat him would be probably one of the biggest boxing news in the world. So, and it's like, it's not like I can't do it, I can do it as well. So I thought, when this opportunity comes, I'm going to grab it with both hands and I'm doing this, and you know, shut the doubters up as well. Then I can go back down and face Garcia, and if that Kell Brook fight's there, do that as well.
With Kell Brook, is it more of you just don't want to have him make more of a name off of your name? Because I know with Garcia, after he beat you, he became big. And is it also another reason, you know, you just don't want him making money off of you? Because with other fighters, sometimes that comes up with Cotto and Margarito. He didn't want him making money off of him. So is that kind of come into play with that situation?
I mean, at the moment, it's not really interested in me, the fight, and look, it'll happen one day. It's just not going to happen just yet. I'm looking at the bigger picture. Look, I'm doing big fights like Canelo, and my name's being talked about amongst the likes of Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and this fight that we've just announced against Canelo. So why should I be worried about other fights like Kell Brook? To be honest, I don't think they're on my level, you know, yet. And look, he's got some things to do yet. He's got his defense against easier. But that fight might still be there for me in the UK. And once I win this fight, I can go back down and face someone like him. But look, it's all in good time. We just get past this fight. Not we can pass this fight. This fight means everything to me at the moment. So I'm just kind of not really focusing on anyone else.
What do you think Canelo is going to be prepared for with you, and what do you think he's going to be like unprepared for? What do you think he might overlook?
I think he's going to be unprepared for the power, and he's going to overlook the power. He thinks that he'll be able to take my punch power and speed. So, you know, time will tell. And obviously he knows I'm quick, he knows I'm fast, so he's going to be expecting someone quick. But this is a great story, this fight. It's a good fight. It's an underdog fighter who's coming up, who you know, people are going to be like, okay, can he win? But people are in two minds. Every time you speak to people, they're in two minds. Can he win? Okay, he can win, but he doesn't have to, he can't make mistakes. And for a fight like this, I agree with you. I mean, I can't make that mistake. I normally make in fights where I go in thinking, oh, this is going to be a walk in the park. I mean, even the fights I've lost in the past, you know, they were fights I was the favourite to win. You know, I was meant to go into these fights and win. I've never gone into any fight as a professional where I've been underdog, and that, for me, is massive. And I really believe that's going to be work on my side going into this big fight.
I mean, Anthony Peterson told me this week that you're going to win this fight, and despite what you're on social media, when you go to gyms and talk to fighters, a lot of people are giving you a chance to win.
Yeah, you know, it's a big fight. I mean, look, there's, I mean, Anthony Peterson, we had that problem with his brother Lamont Peterson, so, you know,
They know.
I don't think they know me, and also he's not going to say something that he's not going to say something favoring me because he likes me. I mean, if I was him, he wouldn't like me really. But he's still saying that he really believes I can win this fight. A lot of the fighters around are saying that. That's what makes this fight quite interesting. First of all, the weight, then the speed, then the power. And there's so much that people can talk about and break down. If you break it down, it is going to be a mega fight, really. I mean, you know, it's not a fight that's going to be boring. And the fight is reaching all around the world. You got Asia, you got Dubai, UAE, you got England, you got Europe. This fight's reaching all different parts of the world, and these people are going to be all watching closely to this ring.
And Amir, if you win, you become the king of boxing. Are you ready for that moment?
Yeah, definitely. You know, that's where I belong. I think that's where my dream is to do that, and you know, I'm living my dream by doing all this stuff, all this press stuff, and traveling to these press conferences, and you know, so I'm living this dream. But now I'm gonna make it reality. You know, I'm gonna win this fight and show everybody that this is where I belong.
Amir, on their fight in Canelo's recent past that you're going to look at, study, and see the flaws in Canelo.
Yeah, every fight is different, every fight. So I'm not gonna focus on one fight, like especially. I'm just gonna look at a couple of fights but I like the fight, like watching the fight, Laura fight, and some of the very similar boxing style to me, Mayweather. So I'll be watching those fights and see what. Look, at the same time, you have to remember he's an improved fighter. Is Canelo is improved, and I think he's got more stronger. He's got physically better, and so you know we're just going to be ready. We're going to watch numerous tapes, and we're going to take the game plan from that.
Amir, skill for skill on paper, how does he match up with you? Because a lot of people sometimes forget about your amateur background. You won a silver medal. Boxing, technically speaking, you're very, very solid in that aspect. So how do you match really skill for skill? How do you see him?
He's skillful, you know, obviously he puts punches together quite well, so you can't take that away from him. I like the way he boxes, he knows how to use the jab well, how to, you know, his defense is decent, and yeah, you know, so when it comes to skill, he's very good. I mean, I can't say I'm better than him skillfully, but I know I'm probably there with him, or maybe, you know, but you know, he's a very skillful fighter himself, but I'm going into this fight, you know, as the underdog and being the underdog. So I'm not going to say I'm better than this and that. I'm going to go in there supposedly thinking he's better than me in every angle. And I'm going to train so hard for this fight because that's what's going to give me the push, really, and like my motivation in training and everything.
What do you make of him always asking opponents for catch weights? Because I know that's like a big push topic. He does that to a lot of opponents. Do you think it's right?
I mean, I think it's, in a way, it kind of suits me a little bit. I mean, maybe one or 2 pounds even less would have suited me even better. But I don't know why that is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't answer that.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's not fair. They say, you know, you're a smaller guy. At the night of the fight, he's going to weigh 174, 175. You're only going to weigh like 160.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, that's something that maybe he thinks that's going to favour him, and he might need that because he knows that. I mean, but you know, I mean, look, it's hard to say. I mean, look, I don't know what he's going to weigh for the fight. But look, I know he's going to come ready. That's all I'm worried about. I'm not really worried about what he's going to be, what I'm going to be weighing or anything. I'm just going to be ready for whatever he brings to the table.
I assume the British boxing community must really be behind you. So is there anybody who's given you like any really great advice or who's told you something that really is useful to you?
I've had a lot of friends from the British media, you know. I've had a lot of British experts and a lot of the press in Britain who have been very supportive, and you know, even a lot of the boxers, like the likes of Kell Brook and you know, David Hay, calling me up and saying, look, Amir, this is what you need to do, and they've come to see me, and they really, really do believe in me. And there's a great storyline in this fight, being the underdog, being the young, both of us being young, being at our peak, me traveling from England to America and taking one of the biggest fights of my career. So they're all behind me, and I think by having that support gives you that push, man. I mean, I'm glad that they're all behind me and they really believe in me.
Can you just switch it here to
Amir, which is the real skill that you need to improve versus Canelo?
The real skill, you have to be very patient and be very smart in this fight. I can't really make too much mistakes, because the more mistakes I make in this fight, the more he's gonna, you know, get the better of me. So it's about me being smart in this fight, picking the right shots, and you know, just not making mistakes, because he's gonna be looking for those mistakes so he can capitalize on them.
I think you see the fight versus Miguel Angel Cotto. What did you see? What did you study about Canelo in that fight?
Canelo's he has a huge heart. He takes good punches and he comes back. He has a, you know, so he likes to trade and get stuck in. So they're little things I've kind of picked up, that he's young and he's hungry. He's a hungry fighter. So you know, that's what makes this fight even more exciting for me. You know, that you've got someone who likes to fight, someone who's, you know, he's a lion in the ring, you know, because he's not afraid of anything. And they're the fights I want to fight, you know, so no one can ever say that Amir Khan was one guy who avoided people. I want to fight him because I really know I can beat him, and then that way I can shock the world. I want to make history, and this is what I'm going to do.
Are you worried because many people say that you are the underdog in the fight?
Yeah, they're gonna say I'm the underdog, but you know, sometimes it's good for an underdog. Sometimes it's good because you know that pressure is off me, and normally I have all the media chasing me. I have all the it's all Amir can't focus on me. Sometimes you just need to be the underdog and be left alone because that's the time you're gonna be performing at your best level, and he deserves it. Look, he's world champion. He's got the undisputed title. He's only lost one fight, so he deserves it. But once I beat him, then you know maybe things are going to change. Then
There's going to be a lot of Mexicans in Vegas in this fight. Is worry about in your mind? There's going to be a
you
lot
really
of
think
support.
so? You really think it's going to be more Mexican than British?
Yeah, maybe.
You know, this is going to be quite. It's going to be good to see this because we all know like when there's a big fight and it's at the best time. It's Cinco de Mayo weekend. It's in May where the UK have holidays. It's a vacation time for them. It's a time where kids are off school. So I really think, you know, by having people at work, they're gonna definitely come to this fight because we have a very big fan base in the UK, and we all know when the UK come and they support their fighter, they really follow them and want them to win. So the tickets in the UK, the allocated tickets I got are literally all sold out. So the UK are gonna come. Don't be surprised if you see more British flags on Cinco de Mayo.
We're going to see him. Really appreciate your words. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Amir, what did you learn about